class 7. I hope you all are good. Student, this is the third video for this chapter. Chapter number 1, the Constitution of India. Okay, Constitution. The meaning of Constitution is there are certain basic rules which citizen and government have to follow. Okay, these rules are followed by our government, state government or union government. Also we have to follow as a citizen of India. We have to follow these rules. Okay, all such rules together are called constitution. Okay, our constitution was framed by an assembly of elected representatives called constituent assembly. Okay, constituent assembly. It was elected according to the cabinet mission proposal of May 16, 1946. It was elected according to the cabinet mission. Cabinet mission proposal of 16 May 1946. Now its composition. There were first, when it was formed, when our constituent assembly was formed, there were 389 members, but after partition there were only 308 members were left. Okay, 308 members were left. They were from India, 308. Rest of the members went Pakistan. Who were the members of Constituent Assembly? Jawaharlal Nehru, Rajendra Prasad, Sardar Patel, Abul Kalam Azad. They all were the members of the Constituent Assembly. Who represented Anglo-Indian community? Frank Anthony. Frank Anthony represented Anglo-Indian community in Constituent Assembly. Who represented Parsis in the Constituent Assembly? H.P. Modi. H.P. Modi represented Parsis in the Constituent Assembly. Okay. Now, women members were also there. Sarojini Naidu, Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. They were women member in Constituent Assembly. Women members in Constituent Assembly. Now the Constituent Assembly at work. The Constituent Assembly started its work on 9th December. On 9th December 1946 with Dr. Sachinandan. Its interim president. Interim president means that time when it was formed, the president was not clearly declared. That's why that time interim president was Dr. Sachinandan. But 2 days later, on 11th December 1946, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the president of the Constituent Assembly. Then drafting committee. Drafting. The meaning of draft is a preliminary version of a legal document. That is called draft. Who was the chairman of the drafting committee? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee. Then the passage of the Constitution. It was enacted and adopted on 26 November 1949. Enacted and adopted. That's why 26 November we celebrate. 26 November is observed as Constitution Day in India. Okay, in our country, 26 November is observed as Constitution Day because it was adopted it. Then when was it enforced? Enforced, imposed. It was imposed on 26 January 1950. Okay. What is the meaning of preamble? The Constitution begins with a short statement. The Constitution begins with a short statement of its basic values. Of its basic values. Of its basic values known as preamble. Today we are doing basic features of the Constitution. Basic features of the Constitution. First one, a written Constitution. We have a written Constitution, enacted and lengthy. Okay, we have written, enacted and lengthy Constitution. Number 2, sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Third one, universal adult franchise. Number 4, both rigid and flexible constitution. Rigid means strict and flexible. There is an option of amendment. Federal features, fundamental rights, parliamentary government and single unified judicial system with independent judiciary. Okay, these are basic features of the Constitution. The Constitution declares India to be a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Okay, how? India is sovereign as it is independent of any foreign control. Okay, it is independent of any foreign control. It is socialist as it aims at social and economic equality. Means opportunities to be given to all classes of the society. It is secular as there is no state religion in India. Fourth one, it is democratic as the government is elected by the people directly after 5 years. It is republic because the head of the state in India, namely President, is elected for 5 years by the members of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and state legislative assemblies. Now the next feature is universal adult franchise. Every citizen of India who is at least 18 years of age can be a voter to elect the representatives to the parliament and the state legislatures. Every citizen who is 18 years or above can be a voter. Okay, and he or she will elect the representatives of the parliament and the state legislatures. Voter possesses his right without any discrimination of caste, creed, color, sex, religion or belief. He can vote for any candidate for his choice, but he must get himself registered as a voter at the required time. He should have voter ID. He should be registered. Okay, he should be registered voter. Now there is joint electorate in India in contrast to the communal or separate electorate before independence. Next one, both rigid and flexible constitution. Our constitution is rigid, strict and flexible. Article 368 of the Constitution provides for the procedure of amendment in our Constitution or alternation. Some articles can be amended by a simple majority vote in the parliament, but some other articles can be amended by 2/3 majority in both houses of the parliament. But for passing any bill or any amendment, we need to pass this bill in both the houses. Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Next one is federal features. Federal features. Federalism. The meaning of federalism is power. The power, a system of government in which the power is divided into state and union governments. Okay. Federal features. In federal government, there are two sets of government, that is the union and the state governments. The constitution specifies to both the sets of governments clearly marked areas of functioning. The Constitution of India does not use the term federal, but instead of it uses union of states. It does not use federal, it uses the word union of states. The Constitution clearly mentions the subjects on which the central and the state governments can pass laws. State or union governments can pass laws. This is called division of powers between the center and the state government. Fundamental rights, this we will do in next video. Now the next one is federal. Now the next one is parliamentary government. Fundamental rights we will do in next video. Parliamentary government. Three features of parliamentary government. The Constitution provides for the parliamentary form of government at the center and in the states. For passing any bill, there is a parliamentary form of government. At center, parliament, okay, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and then state legislative. Okay. Now next one, as such, the president and the state governors are the nominal heads of the executive. President in for country and governors in state. They are heads of executive, nominal heads of executive. The real power, but the real power is vested in the Council of Ministers headed by Prime Minister. The real power is given to Prime Minister with Council of Ministers at the center and the Chief Minister in the states. The real power is given to Prime Minister in central, okay, and in state Chief Minister. Okay, they both have having a real power, but nominal heads are president in country and governors in states. Okay, they belong to the majority party in the parliament and the state legislature. Thus, Prime Minister and Chief Ministers belong to the majority party in the parliament and the state legislatures. The Council of Ministers is jointly responsible to the Parliament and the state legislatures, which can remove the Prime Minister, Chief Minister by passing a vote of no confidence. If this bill is passed like of no confidence, the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister of the state can be removed. Okay. In next video, we will do fundamental rights and 8th feature, single unified judicial system with independent judiciary. These two features we will study in next video. Okay, that's all for the day. We will continue this chapter in next video. Thank you.